Hello everybody, how are you doing? Good, I hope. So, we're finally here. By the time this video is out, Marvel Rivals would have been out for roughly a week now, and if my launch stream was any indication for those who tuned in, I'm kind of obsessed with this game already. Like, it feels so rare to get a shooter game that feels this special, and while yes, I definitely am biased for a plethora of reasons, I genuinely think this game is the best live service game to drop within the last 5 years or so. But yeah. So, not only am I a huge fan by default, I am now officially a partnered creator for Marvel Rivals. How cool is that? I mean, I'm a partnered creator. So, to celebrate both the launch and my newly found partner status, I wanted to make a video dedicated to me just talking about my thoughts on the game. And basically, just for the record, this is basically my review of Marvel Rivals Season 0. So yeah. Oh, and before we begin, I have another announcement for those who missed the actual announcement stream I did, but I now have a Fortnite creator code. So if you play Fortnite and would like to support the channel, you now can. There are a ton of cool collabs in the shop right now, so if you're considering picking any of those up, make sure to use code Yerocmai in the item shop. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, back to the video. So, first of all, I'll get the obvious thing out of the way. I do in fact love this game. I said this on stream, and I'll go more into it throughout the entire video, but this game really feels like it's something special, like a once-in-a-blue-moon type of game. And I mean that from the perspective of it being a really good video game on its own, and from the perspective of it being a Marvel game. I'll get more into that later, but for now, I just can't stress enough how nice this game is, you know? Like, there's so much passion and genuine soul put into almost everything here. Like, the character designs are unironically some of my all-time favorites now for these characters. The game runs amazingly smooth, and it's just overall extremely polished. And like I said, the game just oozes style at pretty much every turn. Like, seriously, I cannot overstate just how much stylized sauce this game oozes. Like I said, the designs for the characters in the game have unironically become some of my favorite for these characters. Like, look at the designs of characters like Thor, Moon Knight, Psylocke. Both designs of Doctor Doom, Squirrel Girl, oh wow, and even Captain America's design. Like, they all just look so cool. But it's not just limited to the designs of the characters though. In fact, the general art style for this game is just flat out amazing. Like, everything about this game is just visual eye candy. Like, I've seen the discussion going around that Rivals' art style makes even the worst costume designs look amazing. And while I don't necessarily think all of these suit designs are as bad as people say they are, I definitely agree with that sentiment though when it comes to the hybrid suit from No Way Home. Like, look at this. They actually made the suit look kind of cool. But yeah, point is, the map, the characters, even the UI looks stunning in this game. Like, look at the ready up menu. They didn't need to make some of these poses go as hard as they do. Like, seriously, if you're an artist watching this video, I beg of you, please use some of these poses as references. They're just so cool, man. Another thing I want to talk about is just how cool this game is for putting spotlight on the lesser known characters in the game. And who do I mean by that? Well, for one, considering this game has already reached 10 million players, there's gotta be a large percentage of people who, before this game, have never heard of characters like Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger, Luna Frost. Hell, I'd even say a good chunk of people probably discovered Moon Knight and Iron Fist from this game. I mean, sure, Moon Knight did have an MCU show, and Iron Fist did also have his Netflix show, even though the version in Rivals isn't the same as the one in the show. The Iron Fist mantle is the same, so my point still stands. But even then, I think those characters are just lesser known to the general public. And when I say general public, I mean the type of person who would install this game because, oh, this game has that Iron Man guy on the front, it must be good, when can I play as Batman? Like, that type of person. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but I just think it's amazing that this game is not afraid to use more obscure characters from the comic books. And slightly off topic here for a minute, and I know everyone else is talking about this, so I'll keep it brief, but it's still insane to me that Galacta, of all characters, is now in the spotlight. Like, up until a few months ago, unless you were one of the few, like me, to read her miniseries, or if you followed her old Twitter account, you probably had no idea she even existed. And now, at least I think, she's become fairly popular. Like, she was even used in the promotional material for this year's Comic-Con. Anyway, back onto the main topic. You know, speaking of the characters in this game, By the gods, they did not hold back on the starting roster. Like, honestly, back when the beta first dropped, after Jeff and Thor were announced mid-beta, I was expecting maybe 2 to 3 more characters to be added before launch. But I was clearly wrong, because they ended up dropping a whopping 9 whole characters. Like, the launch roster of this game is 33 characters. That's insane for a game like this' launch. And not only that, but every character going forward is going to be completely free. In fact, the monetization of this game is weirdly easygoing considering the nature of free-to-play games. Like, not only are the in-game purchases completely optional since they're just cosmetics, but the in-game battle passes don't expire, which, yet again, is pretty crazy for a free-to-play game. Like, this is possibly one of the most consumer-friendly free-to-play games I have ever seen. Like, if you have no interest in buying skins or anything like that, and you just want to play the game, you can. Now, before I fanboy too much, I also have some constructive criticism for the game that I'd like to go over for a bit here. First of all, I do think the game needs some form of incentive for playing support. I see a lot of people talk about the idea of having role lock in the game, and personally, I'm split on it, because on one hand, I love the freedom of pairing certain characters together for team-ups. But on the other hand, getting a team of randoms that are 90% duelist is just really frustrating. And now, before you say, oh, you should be switching to healer in that case. I know, because I usually do. Do you know how hard it is to keep a team of DPS-only players who insist on rushing in because they're built different, alive, on my own? Like, seriously, some of these matches have me feeling less like I'm playing the role of healer, and more like I'm playing the role of a single mom. Anyway, back on topic. I do think role lock might be a bit too extreme, considering, like I said, that would limit some interesting team-ups. But I do think having some form of incentive for playing Vanguard or Strategist it'd be a great help. Maybe something like extra XP or bonus Battle Pass points would be more than enough. Speaking of the Battle Pass though, I think locking Battle Pass XP to daily and weekly quests is pretty counterintuitive, because something I've noticed is, it feels like there's no real reward for playing the game. Well, aside from the fact the game itself is a lot of fun, but, you know, that's besides the point. Thing is though, that problem is easily fixed by just giving some Battle Pass XP for completing matches and for leveling up. Even if it's just a very small amount granted for every match played, it still gives me incentive to grind, and I won't lie, I'm being completely selfish here. I just want to grind. I love grinding for games like these. Now, for my last major criticism, I'll keep it relatively brief, but I just want to say, please nerf Iron Fist and Jeff's ultimate. Iron Fist is just super unbalanced, to say the least, and Jeff's ultimate is pretty much undodgeable right now. It feels like the actual radius of the ultimate is bigger than what the game says it is. So honestly, just tweak him so A, it doesn't catch characters who are able to vertically dodge it, like B, make sure the radius is actually accurate to what it says it is in-game, and C, if Jeff decides to eliminate himself while he sucked up the enemy team, make sure they implement some form of chance to actually escape once Jeff is eliminated. Like, maybe just a small bounce upwards to give players who do have some form of movement kit a chance to try and recover. I hope this idea makes sense. It's kind of hard to put into words, but yeah. Implement those tweaks and Jeff's ultimate will be fair again. Yippee! But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the game so far. Well, at least for Season 0. I'll do another one of these when Season 1 rolls around, so yeah, look forward to that. Honestly, I love this game so much already, and if it's not obvious, I'm super excited and honored to be a partnered creator for the game. So, yet again, a huge thank you to the Marvel Rivals team for the opportunity. Anyway, as always, if you're looking to support the channel, you can now become a true supporter through the membership. Members get exclusive content such as loyalty badges, super cool emotes, early access to new videos along with the shout out at the end of every video, and other various perks. And like I mentioned earlier, if you play Fortnite and would like to support me through that, make sure to use code Yerocmai in the item shop. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, please, I'm begging you, nerf Iron Fist. I can't take this much longer as a support.